Did you follow up on the scans I ordered for Mr. Danielson?
Yes, the lab said they would have him in tomorrow.
What time?
No, they didn't say.
And you didn't think to ask?
I'll call them again.
I'm having a little problem with your attitude, Elizabeth. Now, I know that you checked yourself into Shady Brook, but you were there barely a day, hardly long enough to resolve your issues.
I can assure you that my personal problems won't affect my job.
I certainly hope you mean that.
Dr. Quartermain, do you have a problem with me?
I know that Lucky has left town once again, and I know that must be difficult for you. I also know that you have a tendency to turn to my son in a crisis.
I have no
Jason
intention.
is a married man, Elizabeth. You find someone else to rescue you.
Sorry, ladies. I just need to get to my locker. I realized I never asked if the guest privileges extended to the showers. Spent the last 24 hours working with a patient who was scheduled to be transferred to Shady Brook. Turns out she was in no condition to be moved.
Oh, well, I was going to speak to you about your guest status, Dr. Keenan.
So, the showers really are off limits.
No, it seems that we have a psychiatrist on staff opening. And from the work you've done here and in Shady Brook, I think he'd be a nice fit.
What do you think, Nurse Weber?
If you don't want a long-term commitment, of course, we could make it temporary with our mutual review.
I'd have to discuss it with my supervisors at Shady Brook.
Well, let me know by next week, okay? And Elizabeth, make sure that the lab has those scans for Mr. Danielson on my desk by 10 tomorrow.
I will.
Do you have a history with Dr. Quartermain?
Why do you ask?
She seems a little edgy with you. I would say it's mutual.
Well, feel free to ask around. I'm sure people would be more than willing to tell you.
But I'm asking you.
I had a history with Dr. Quartermain's son. And she didn't really approve of my behavior. In fact, she doesn't approve of me on a whole lot of levels.
Well, I don't know if I'd be interested in working full-time at a place where the chief of staff uses her position to carry out personal grudges.
No, it's not really like that. I mean, she's snarky with me from time to time, but she's a really good administrator, and she just wants what's best for this hospital.
That sounds like a pitch for me to stay.
It's your decision.
I'd still like to hear what you think. Should I hang around, become part of the picture here?
Right, interrupting something?
I have to check on this patient. If you have any more input about the staff position, don't be shy about telling me.
I'm sorry, wait, before you, the position, the staff
There's an
position
opening
for...
in the psychiatry department, and Dr. Quartermain has offered it to Dr. Keenan.
Don't know if it's right for me, but it's certainly nice to be asked. Ciao.
Chow. It's Italian. Australian. What was it? Is he not sure it involves finger painting or something?
Actually, very good at what he does.
Oh, yes, that's right, because of the starry night in the ceiling tiles.
Okay, maybe it's
I
a
love
little
that one.
unorthodox, but I kind of think it's helped me.
No, okay. You know, if I was a therapist, which it seems like everybody around here is playing one these days, I would say you're suffering from transference. Yes, I would. Because I think you were replacing the man who helped you at Widmere with Dr. Dundee. Yeah. Right. Oh,
Hey.
hi.
Hey, guys.
What's up? I thought you were going to be leaving for Africa. Where'd you supposed to go?
in a little while.
Oh, okay. While you're there, you're giving a speech on HIV and AIDS, but are there any other topics that you're talking about?
You know what, when I get back, Patrick and I will have you over for dinner, and I'll tell you all about it. But right now, I actually need to talk to Elizabeth. I'm a little nervous about Patrick playing Bachelor Dad.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. With an assist from me, everything will go swimmingly.
Except that she could use the female touch.
Absolutely right. I cannot argue with that. I will leave you to it. Have a great trip. If I don't see you.
Thank you.
So what do you need? You want me to go shopping for Patrick and Emma? I can make a couple dinners and bring it over.
Serious. I really have no right to ask you this, but I really need your help.
Of course. What can I do?
My viral load is unstable, and if I can't get it under control, I need to go away.
So when you said you were planning on going away, you meant for treatment, right?
I mean that if I exhaust all of my options, I'll need to be somewhere else.
Okay, back up. I'm trying to understand. When did you realize your viral load had changed?
The morning after Lisa died, actually, I did a test because of my injury, and it turns out my protocol had stopped working months before, and I built up a resistance.
So that your doctors changed your medication, right?
Yes, but I'm on my 3rd protocol, and there's no way to know if it's working.
Well, there's no reason to think that it won't work.
But I have to think about if it doesn't. I have to think about if this doesn't work and the next one doesn't work, and what happens if the virus progresses.
Why are you jumping to the worst case scenarios? I mean, there's so much research being done.
Please don't do that right now, please. I've had so much optimism and encouragement from my doctors, and I don't need that. I need you to be my friend and to accept this might not have a happy ending and to help me do what I need to do for my family.
Patrick doesn't have any idea.
It's probably selfish, but I wanted to have wonderful holidays. I didn't want us to have to walk on eggshells and try to hide the fear and the sadness that we're feeling from our daughter.
So instead, you decided to hide it from them both.
I'm glad that I did because it was the most wonderful Christmas, and honestly, it gave me the strength to do what I have to do.
Robin, you have to tell Patrick.
Why? So he can worry? So he can be sick over it like I am?
Because he's your husband. You can't keep this from him.
Actually, I can. Lisa, remember, I think Lisa's hampered with my medication.
Okay, Lisa's dead. We all know she was evil and we
Patrick
hated her.
already blames himself for everything that Lisa did to us. Don't you think if he knew that it was because of her that I'm sick, he would be devastated?
And you don't think he's going to be devastated if you just leave without an explanation?
I'll make up some excuse.
You mean you're going to lie? Robin, I have lied to every man I love, and it doesn't work. I hurt them. I hurt myself. It's damage that cannot be undone.
Elizabeth, this is different.
No, just listen. You have to tell him. You guys need to work this out together.
I told you what was going on because I need you to understand. I need you to understand that the most important thing to me is that my family is okay. And they're going to be okay without me.
They don't have to be without you.
Patrick is going to be a single dad. You're a single mom.
Stop. This is crazy. He wants to be with you.
Listen to me. You respect each other. I mean, you get his silly, silly sense of humor. You're already friends. I mean, Emma thinks that you walk on water.
Do you hear what you're saying? This is your family. Your husband, your child. You can't seriously be asking me to walk into their lives and take your place.
That's exactly what I'm asking you.